well under 100 days. I think I saw a couple days ago it was 82 days until the opener. Like, yeah, man, like we are moving quickly to the season. So,
yeah, we've arrived at a place where we can say next month will be the ACC kickoff media days, and then right into fall camp. Falconer TRX with this one. Thank you so much for that, Falconer. How will high school NIL help or hurt Miami?
This is crazy. And this has happened in a couple of different places. But the FHSAA in the state of Florida, Florida High School Athletic Association, has approved high school NIL. So high school players can use their names, images, and likenesses to get contracts as current high school players. This has been in existence in California, right? In some other states, there's some that are still behind, like Texas, I believe, and Louisiana, I believe somebody was saying. I haven't checked in those, but somebody said that to me on social media, and that being a thing like, hey, maybe players will move down to Florida from these other places. And I mean, hey, stranger things have happened. Jake Garcia moved across the country from California to Georgia to play high school football during the COVID season. So, yeah. But within 6 hours of that deal being done, Vernell Brown III and Jamie French, two very high 4-star, if not 5-star wide receivers in this current 25 recruiting class, who both played their 7-on-7 football with South Florida Express, for my money, the best 7-on-7 operation in the nation. But they had a campaign, or not a campaign, but it came out that they had signed a deal with American Eagle, like immediate, like within 6 hours, and everything. So it's just like, oh, okay, so like, I mean, all of their clothes for school and everything, will be, done and paid for, and they'll get, other money from whatever. Like it will be interesting to see. Not necessarily, and it'll be interesting to see just how this actually works on the ground, here in Florida, and whether that has an impact on player and family migratory patterns, because again, we know that there's a huge talent pool here, but if you have, oh my God, I forget the kid's name. T.A. Cunningham, I think it was, the defensive tackle who moved from Los Alamitos to Miami Central, Los Alamitos, California to Miami Central. There were another couple of dudes. There was a big quarterback who had moved from Texas to play at Central as well. 4-star type kid, like 6'5", 230. And there were some other kids who like moved around places and whatnot. But does the presence of high school NIL help or change the landscape in terms of players and families moving to places to take advantage of that in the immediate term? I think that having the access to this will only be helpful for Miami, because, I mean, why would it not? I don't see how it could hurt that players get an NIL deal while in high school in the state of Florida, and that having a negative impact or effect on the University of Miami. I do think that there is a measure of them being independent variables of like, okay, this is just like what a high school player does for now, and then maybe that could change things for families in a variety of ways. Like, I'm ideating this live on on the stream, like, I do when you guys ask me these really great questions, but hey, maybe I don't have to stay home now to be closer to my family, because I've had an NIL deal for a year that's given me enough that I can either have for myself or contribute to the family. And then, okay, they feel more comfortable financially or whatever for me to go wherever else and continue to earn and learn and play. It'll be interesting, but yeah, I'm hard pressed at first initial reactive thought to think of a negative from this scenario. But it could exist. I just might need to think about it more. But I think it could only be upside. I only see upsides, personally.
Comments and questions are welcome as always here on our weekly Miami show, Wednesday nights, 7 Eastern with Cam. You can join he and the staff at State of the U, of course, on SB Nation. That's stateoftheu.com. Do that on a regular basis to get yourself geared up for, again, as I mentioned a minute ago, we're about 5 weeks away from ACC kickoff media coverage and then on into August camp. And it will be here before you know it.